Hi everyone, I'm Brianna and welcome to Roll Initiative. Today I'm going to be going through a few things that I think you should talk to your players about before starting a campaign. So, let's get started. We're going to start with the theme of the game, because the more your players know about the game, the more they'll be able to make their characters for the game. You don't have to tell them anything too important about the plot, but if you tell them what the main part of the game is, what it's mainly going to be about, centered around, based on, or even just your overall theme, if you can give them a clear idea of what the game is going to be, then they're going to have a much easier time making characters that will fit your game. I think starting a new campaign is a really good time to go over the rules that you've set down for the game, because rules can change from campaign to campaign. Even if your table has been playing together for a long time, then your new campaign might still have some different rules, whether that's different rules around character creation, what they're allowed to do, or even to do with new rule sets or homebrew that you're using. Whereas I think going over boundaries is useful if you're playing with a new group, or if someone new has joined your group. This is especially important to do because it is much easier to set down boundaries at the start than halfway through the game when everyone's already been doing it and you've only maybe just found out now that one of your players isn't comfortable at the table. Whereas if you ask everyone what they want to avoid in game, then you'll be able to steer clear from it. And this will make your table feel so much safer for all of your players. They will see that you care, that you listen, and they will be able to come to you and talk to you if they're not okay with something or if something's putting them off. Character death probably could have been included in boundaries, but I thought it should be a topic on its own, because character death in itself is not a problem, unless you have certain players who just don't handle it or don't think they'll handle it. Then you have to know about that beforehand. Ask your players if they are okay with character deaths, and maybe let them know how common you think it's going to be. Even if your players are okay with character death, you should let them know how likely it's going to be, because if there's not much of a chance of it happening, and that's a normal thing, and then you decide you're going to run a meat grinder, then your players might be surprised. Everyone does character creation differently, and if you have some sort of guide you want them to follow, then you need to tell them what you want from their backstory, what it has to include. That way they know before they start what it has to include so that they can work it through their backstory instead of just tacking it onto the end. If you have new players at your table, especially if they're joining in with your long-term group, then it can be good to tell them a bit about the table as well. Sort of what level of roleplay everyone does, and explain to them that they don't have to match that, they don't even have to match the same style. And if you think this new player could take a bit to adjust to your game, especially if they've never played a tabletop roleplay game before, then it can be good to sort of put them with another one of your players who knows what they're doing, and you can suggest that they work together. They can make intertwining backstories, and their characters can work together. That way, your new player has something of a player guide, and that can really help them feel like part of the table and help them get into the game. But that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching all of this way, And if you enjoyed it, then I would be so grateful if you'd consider giving it a like or maybe even subscribing to my channel. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.